Welcome back. This is session 3. In this session, we are going to practice the shifting and activating that we talked about in the last session. All right, so first I'd like you to think about something that happened today or yesterday or even in the past couple days, something that was a minor inconvenience to you, nothing major, nothing super devastating, just a mild stressor, a mild frustrator. Something like you had to sit in traffic, or you were running late to an appointment, or your loved one, got a little snippy with you, something like that, where you can reflect on that situation. And then once you have the situation in mind, take a moment to identify where you were feeling by using the emotional guidance scale. So again, just pick one of these emotions that you see there. So just take a moment, pause the video, and then come back whenever you have your situation and your emotion. All right, so our first step is focused attention. So this is what you just did. This is focusing in on the moment. So this is where you use the emotional guidance scale to determine where you are and what emotion you're feeling. And then the second step is releasing resistance. So this is where you're taking a moment to let go of that emotion that is depleting your energy. So it's just that moment of recognizing that that emotion is there and that it's weighing on you, and just feeling like, okay, I'm going to release it. And then step 3, this is what we're really going to focus on today. So this is prioritizing positivity, or reaching for a better feeling, thought, or choice. So in order to do this, we are going to walk through breathing techniques that you can do in order to help yourself shift to a greener emotional state. But if you find that if you're going through this, the breathing exercises aren't perfect for you, or you're not relating to them as well as you may relate to something else, know that this third step can be whatever you want it to be. So maybe it means when you're trying to shift, you go outside and look at nature for a couple minutes, or you go on a 5-minute walk, or you call a loved one for a couple minutes, or maybe it's that you use one of your strengths that you identified earlier in order to think about the situation in a different perspective. This step 3 is very personalized to you, so you can really choose what you want to do for this step. But today we'll walk you through some breathing techniques that may be helpful to you. And then the 4th step, this is the most important one, that's savoring positivity, letting the good experience in, and just enjoying it. So if you do feel that shift, just remember to take a moment to appreciate yourself and appreciate the moment. So now we're going to go ahead, and having that situation that you already have in mind and the emotion that you already identified, thinking about those things, I'll walk you through the first breathing technique. So seating, lying down, standing, whatever's most comfortable for you. Again, eyes open or closed. Begin to place yourself in a comfortable position. Again, noticing what you're feeling in your body. Focus your attention again on the area of your heart, feeling the beating of your heart. Imagine your breath can flow directly into your heart and out of your heart. Slowing your breath, taking deeper breaths than normal. Inhaling into your heart, exhaling out of your heart. Keep breathing at whatever pace feels comfortable to you. Now, as you're breathing, begin to activate a good feeling. Something such as love or appreciation, care, or compassion. You may imagine a feeling, or you may imagine a loved one, or a hug, or a celebration. Maybe a job well done, or your favorite place. Anything that comes to mind that you can hold on to as something positive, something that makes you feel good. Keep breathing. In through your heart, out through your heart. Once you find that thing that makes you feel good, that person, that place, that feeling, breathe that feeling into your heart as you inhale. Savor that good feeling. Let it seep into you. Allow it to wash through you as you breathe. Keep breathing in and out. And as you exhale, breathe that wonderful feeling out and all around you. Inhaling and exhaling that feeling. Begin again to notice how your body is feeling, how your heart is feeling. Take a few more or less breaths. And whenever you're ready, taking all the time you need, coming back to the present moment. Okay, so think about how that breathing exercise made you feel. Were you a little uncomfortable? Have you never done something like that before? Anything you're feeling is completely valid. But the next thing I want you to do is look back at the emotional guidance scale and see if you had any shift when you think about the situation again. So if you were, feeling anxious or overwhelmed, did you have any shift into the green area, or maybe just a little bit closer to the green area after doing this exercise? So just take a couple minutes, pause the video, check in with yourself. And then if you did have a shift, remember that step 4 is that savor positivity. Make sure that you are taking a minute to appreciate yourself for taking those couple minutes of breathing for yourself. And if you did have any sort of shift into the green area, be very proud of yourself for that and just really savor in that positive feeling. All right, so originally we were going to record 2 separate breathing exercises for this video, but instead we're just going to focus on one so that we can make the video a little bit shorter for you all, but we're going to upload files so that you can use audio versions of the breathing exercises that we'll put on the website, so it'll be the 2 different types. So the 2 different types were actually included in this last meditation that we just did. The first part is heart-focused breathing. So this is that idea of breathing in and out of your heart. This has been shown through a lot of science to help just calm the nervous system, sync up your body and mind, and overall just give you a sense of peace in that moment. And then the second half of the breathing exercise was positive imagery. So a lot of people really tend to like this and they connect with this because it gives you the opportunity to imagine something that feels good to you. So that could be your favorite place, it could be your favorite person, it could be a hug from a loved one, it could be a time that you accomplished something. Whatever it is, that can be really personalized to you. So some people will imagine, the rushing waves on the beach, while others, will be sitting on a rocking chair with their grandmother or favorite person or something like that. So you can really personalize this to make it fit what works for you. So if you were able to think of something really quickly and you were like, yep, that's it. I can put myself in that place, or I can feel what it feels like to be with that person. Hold on to that, because those sorts of things can be really helpful when you are practicing this in your daily life, because you can just take a moment to put yourself back in that place that you love, or near that person that you love, or whatever it is that you imagined. And then the heart-focused breathing is also a very simple technique that you can just practice on your own as well. So again, we will upload the files for you so that you can have audio files if you'd like to use those. And on the next slide, I'll talk a little bit about how to use this in your daily life. Okay, so you can practice these breathing techniques, the heart-focused breathing as well as the positive imagery at home. Even though we'll upload some of those audio files for you, once you practice this a couple times, you'll be able to pick up on it, and you can do it even without someone guiding you. You know, the heart-focused breathing is just 5 or 6 breaths where you're really thinking about it in and out of the heart, and that's something you can do without having to listen to a recorded meditation. And same thing with the positive imagery. You know, once you find that thing that you really connect with, you'll be able to, you know, do this on your own without having to listen to any audio. So I think the most important thing here is that this is just a skill that you have to practice. Even if it maybe feels unnatural at first, the more you do it, the easier it's going to become. And even more than that, what to me is the most important aspect of this training is that if you practice this in the small moments, so those small stressors of the day, like you're running a little bit late or you just knocked over a cup and your drink spilled everywhere, if you practice those 4 steps, you know, very quickly, only takes a couple minutes or so. If you practice those 4 steps and try to shift into a greener place during those small moments, then that's going to have an impact on you, and you're going to become more and more resilient every time you do it. So that means that even if you're really practicing this primarily in those small moments, when it does come that you have to face one of those big hardships or those bigger stressors in your life, you're already going to be naturally more resilient because you have practiced these tools and they are ingrained in you and are changing the way that you think and the perspectives that you have. Thank you so much for working through these breathing exercises with me. I hope you found something in them that you enjoyed or you learned a trick that you can use for future situations. So I'm looking forward to our next session. The last session will be on micro goals, which is small little changes you can make in your day or in your week to be able to prioritize your own personal well-being. So I will see you in the next session. Thanks.